Hello again, and welcome to another Characters in Overwatch video. I've wanted to make another one of these for a while, actually, but I don't know. I was just waiting till I felt like it. If you force yourself to do something, it'll be a lot worse. I am a little sick right now, though, which is why I sound funny. Anyways, just to cover all bases, I'm gonna do one support, one DPS, and one tank. Starting off with the DPS, we have Batman. I haven't really played the Arkham games. I'm hoping to get into it really soon, once they go on sale again. But I think Batman would make a great DPS for an Overwatch style game. I think Batman would be a little bit too much like Freya, though. I think he would be throwing batarangs and have an explosive batarang on a recharge like Freya does with her explosive crossbow bolts. I think Batman's primary ability would definitely be his grappling hook. His grappling hook would work nothing like Widowmaker's grappling hook. You would use it to grapple enemies. You would use it to pull yourself towards the enemy and get a damage boosted melee attack. Maybe it would work like Hog's hook in reverse, where it gets the 15 damage bonus when the grappling hook attaches to the person, and then once Batman gets pulled to them, he does a 60 damage melee punch and knocks them back like maybe 2-3 meters. Not too far. I don't want it to be too far because he's not doing something like hitting them with sound waves like Lucio or throwing giant rocks at them. He's just punching them. Ooh, they would definitely have to be electric though. Those gauntlets. I know some iterations of Batman he has electric gauntlets that he uses to stun people. They gotta add that to it once he does the damage boosted melee. His second ability would definitely be his gas pellets. He does that thing that every ninja-like character does where they have the fucking smoke bomb to disappear. So I think giving him that would be just fine. It would cover a pretty big area, but it would only keep him invisible for as long as he's inside the gas cloud. The second he steps out of it, he's not invisible. I think that's a better play on the invisibility that they use for Sombra, which is actually retarded. Oh boy. And for his ultimate ability, let me think about this one for a bit. He has so many things he could do for a ultimate ability because he has a mech, he has multiple suits, he has his Batmobile, he has a bad jet. Like, how am I supposed to choose an ultimate ability for this damn guy? Oh, I got it. He picks out a lane-sized area like Hazard does, and the Batmobile fucking runs him over and then fucking explodes on him. Dude, it's just stupid enough that it might work. I mean, he can afford another one, whatever. But he could run him over with the Batmobile and then choose to self-destruct it wherever he needs it to. As for perks, I could really only think of a few. Alright, so maybe a perk that extends the range at which he can use his grappling hook so he can grapple people from further away. Maybe a perk where his batarang pierces the first person and does bleed stacks. His normal batarang, not his explosive one. That would be overpowered. Maybe a perk where his smoke bomb works on close teammates if he drops it on them. Like, if he drops the bomb and the teammates are right next to him, it works. But if he drops the bomb and the teammates walk into it, it doesn't work. Alright, I was thinking of a tank, Atlas from Warframe. Bro, Atlas would cook some of these tanks in Overwatch. I don't know how much his punches would have to do to balance it out. I don't know how they would balance the punches. You know, it's 75, because Reinhardt's is over 100, isn't it? 75 should be fine. Alright, his first ability is to set up a rock wall. Like the one in Warframe. It's not a shield. You can't see through it. It's only like 3 times as wide as he is. And how much health would it have? Like 600? That seems fine because there are like 3 characters that can destroy that in half a second. When instead of how they do it in Warframe, this rock wall activates its ball explosive form when its duration ends or it gets its health destroyed. So when it runs out of health or when the duration ends at like 8 seconds, would that be fine? Then the wall will form a ball and it'll do the fucking Indiana Jones thing and start chasing them down. Honestly, it would probably just go in a straight line because being able to aim it seems a little overpowered. It definitely wouldn't stun. We already have enough stuns in the game. It would probably just explode. Maybe do like 90 damage? I say that's fine because Reinhardt can insta-kill most. Actually, I think he can kill almost any character that isn't a take with his charge, yeah. So I feel like that rock while doing 90 or 100 is fine, especially because this is going to be a character with a lower melee damage. So his abilities should do higher damage to compensate. Alright, his secondary ability is going to be his Petrify. Alright, let's say it has a range of maybe 8 meters. And the closer an enemy gets to him, the more damage over time and the slower they become. So at max range, they'll only be taking about 10 damage a second and be slowed by 10%. But if they walk all the way up to him, for whatever reason they would be doing that, they take 30 damage a second and are slowed to half speed. That seems fair. The duration would obviously have to be short, because you could just spam that ability like the second you run into somebody. Let's put it at like 6 seconds. And then his ultimate ability would obviously be the one that I haven't used yet. He summons 2 rock golems that run up to the enemy with him and start punching people in the face. They have the same damage that he does. Yeah. And all 3 of them just start wailing on the closest person. The other 2, the rock monsters, will probably have like 450 health. Something low enough that you can kill it if you focus it. Not so much that it'll kill you before you can do anything. I have some pretty weird perk ideas though. So one perk could be that his Petrify slowly starts dragging enemies towards him that are in range. I can see that being pretty useful. Another one, this is just a meme. If you click the ping button on a person, your rock golems immediately chase down that person and bypass everybody else. Okay, an actual serious one. Maybe a perk where when your rock golem kills another player, it creates a shockwave that stuns the next nearest player. Only for like 1 or 2 seconds. Probably 1 second. 2 is way too long. Yeah, no, just 1 second. If they're within like 6 or 7 meters, they get stunned. Like they create a little earthquake and it just stuns the next person. And it's 4th perk to choose from, I don't know, a second wall charge. So he can put up a second wall if he wants to. Throw another explosive at people in 8 seconds. Alright, for our support, we got Tannis from Borderlands. Specifically when she has the siren powers. Let's not take it. Let's not take her when she's just a human. I was trying to figure out what her primary fire would be, and then I remembered she literally has a gun that she gives you. It's a flamethrower. Well, it's technically a laser gun, but it shoots fire, not laser, so it's a flamethrower. So it'll only do about 40 damage or healing a second. The longer you hold your flames on somebody, the longer they take damage after you stop firing. Up to 5 seconds of... You know what? TF2 can't be the only game with Afterburn. Let's call it Afterburn. She won't need to swap between healing and damage like other characters. If her teammates walk into her fire beam, it will start healing them. Let's call it After Heal. The Afterburn effect works on her teammates when being healed, so she has an After Heal effect, and they keep healing for up to 5 seconds after she's done healing them. Tannis' first ability would probably be a healing grenade, because healing grenades are a thing in Borderlands, but it would probably have like a 5-meter range, and it would knock back any enemy that gets caught inside of it to exactly the 5-meter radius, so they're right outside of it. It would probably heal for like 75. You know what? Let's lower it to like 3 meters. I feel like 5 meters is way too much. 3 should be fine. Her second ability would probably to put up the vault fragment key. You know, the freaking cone-shaped vault fragment key? To just have that floating like a sentry, but it just gives nearby teammates a firing speed bonus, maybe like 15% faster firing speed while it's up for 6 seconds. It can be destroyed though. It'll probably only have like 200 health at most. Maybe even that's too much because Pylon doesn't have that much to my knowledge. I've never actually figured out how much health Pylon has. I usually just destroy it in one hit. And her ultimate ability is going to be a great one. I just know this is going to turn some heads. It has a range of... Let's make this one 5 meters. It has a range of 5 meters. All of her teammates within 5 meters get a free charge of every one of their abilities. So they can use all of their abilities once. So they essentially actually get to use all of their abilities twice. That doesn't seem too unfair because you can still kill all of them. Oh, right. Abilities with charges get their charges doubled. So, like, during this ultimate, if it's used near Reinhardt would get 4 fire strikes instead of just the 2 that he already has. Does Widowmaker still have the 2 Venom Mines? Whatever, she would get 4 Venom Mines. Brigida would have like 6 armor packs. Junkrat would have 4 mines. Oh yeah, let's say it actually refreshes the cooldowns too, because it's kind of pointless if you don't have the cooldowns to actually use them. I don't know what perks I would use for this. Maybe the healing grenade turns into like a healing over time effect, like Soldier's healing. So it does like 60 healing per second for 5 seconds and then goes away and continuously pushes an enemy away from you. Maybe a perk where the Vault Key Fragment gives you and your teammate 50% faster firing, but for only 3 seconds instead of the normal 6. Maybe a perk to raise her damage and healing to 60? 60 would be better. A 20 damage and healing upgrade. Or maybe an upgrade that ignites all of the enemies within her ultimate abilities range so that you can affect both your team and the enemy, but that might be too overpowered. Or maybe a perk where her ultimate ability not only gives her team a free charge, but it resets all of the enemies' cooldowns that are in range of it. That would be fucking crazy. Like, it immediately starts the cooldown on all their abilities. That's crazy. Anyways, I'll see y'all next time.